Yo, hi there. I
Hello.
baked you a pie.
Thanks.
I'm gonna send you a friend request so we can go into my private, where
Okay.
it is. It's in my from my sandbox over to the right. You know. All
Okay.
right.
Doke.
Closed. It's closed. It's closed. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's a lock to make sure that people who are semi OG can get in. Just because.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you can sit in any of those seats. Let me just set up the camera. All right. Let me know when you're ready. You ready?
Sure. You know you're a monster right now, right?
Yeah, I forgot to set it back.
Okay.
I don't own playground signs, so if you want to we can go real quickly fix that.
No, whatever works for you.
Okay. All right.
Wait a second. What's happening?
All right. What got you originally into content creation?
I honestly, I just fell into it. So when I started doing
Okay.
VR, I was doing Pop One with some friends, and we started putting out some videos. They were just recording. I had watched YouTube for, for not really entertainment, but for, if I had a problem with my car or something like that, and that's how I was familiar with YouTube. I wasn't actually making any content, and then they started trading videos on there, just brag videos, stuff like that. So I did a few of those, and then I went from having 10 friends to suddenly having 30 friends and 40 friends and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, who are these people? So, and I started working up from there. And I actually said, okay, maybe there's something here to this YouTube thing. And I started looking into it.
Okay. All right. So what did get you into VR?
The pandemic. So
Fair. Yeah.
COVID is responsible for me actually buying a VR headset, because I tend to do a lot of stuff outdoors, things like that, and you couldn't do anything. You couldn't go see a movie. You couldn't go play soccer, anything like that. So it was I needed something else to do, and the Oculus had been out for a little bit, the Oculus One, and I said, all right, let me buy one of those, so I had some time I could spend in that, and I did, and just took it from there.
All right. Yeah, makes sense. The pandemic probably got a lot of people into VR. I got my VR pretty recently, like not last Christmas, but Christmas before that.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into Yeeps?
Well, content creation. By the time Yeeps came along, I've been doing content
Someone's
creation.
here. Oop. Do you mind repeating that?
So, what was the question?
What got you into Yeeps?
By then I was already, I've been doing content, and I'd actually monetized the channel, covering different things. Pop One. I was doing Gods of Gravity with the Trash Guys. I'd done some stuff with that, and they put out the thing. They were going to do the alpha for Yeeps, and I said, hey, I like Gods of Gravity. Let me sign up for Yeeps. So I did that, and I started with that. So
I didn't know you knew Trash before Yeeps.
It's new as a generalization. So I had corresponded with probably Nathan and Steve at that point, okay, because they're always interested in doing stuff with content creators. But I wasn't. I think I had 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers at that point. So the channel wasn't huge, but it wasn't tiny either. So
Okay. And from watching videos.
They can learn all kinds of stuff. It depends on so most of my videos, when you get right down to it, are informational, all right? And I am teaching you how to do something, telling you about something, anything like that. That's where my strength lies. Occasionally I'll do something that's just for fun. Occasionally,
yeah.
yep. Occasionally I'll do something that's just for fun. The one where I ate the chicken with the pet update. That was just something that came to me, when they had a chicken and we had chicken breast and a drumstick, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this I got to do something with. But
Yeah.
most of them are like that. So
Yeah, it makes sense. I've seen videos of like you showing people like what these new mechanics do, like for grab, what the triggers do, stuff like that, and I enjoy it because it helps me here and then, and many others, for like new content creators or content creators in general.
It all depends on why you're doing YouTube, what your goals are. It's like anything, okay? I do YouTube like it's a job, all right? Especially now that I've sort of retired from doing other things, even though I got a lot of other things going on, but I don't work for anybody else anymore. And that's not because of YouTube. That's besides YouTube. It's just a little extra money, okay? Because the money is just... And I don't know when the money's supposed to get huge, but it's definitely not huge now. But it's worthwhile. But what I would tell you is, why are you, some people they want to think they want to get famous or something like that. I would tell you this is not the way to do it. All right. But if you want to have fun, you want to learn how to make a video, you want to learn how to make movies, that type of thing. I think YouTube is great for that because it lets anybody. All the tools are out there for people to make movies, make entertainment, anything like that. So it's all there, but you have to work at it. All right. Now, specific advice for folks is learn how to make a good short video. Not a short, but a good short video. Too many people make videos that are 8, 9, 10 minutes long. Almost nobody watches those unless you're actually doing something. Nobody cares that you're running around in Yeeps for 10 minutes. They don't watch it. All right. Now, if you show them how to do something and it takes 10 minutes to do while you're actually showing them, people will watch that because they want to learn whatever this is. So that's the thing. Learn to make a good video. Learn to make a great thumbnail. Not a good thumbnail, a great thumbnail that is honest, okay? I'm on my own little soapbox here right now, but you've seen all the YouTube homepages where you see a picture of somebody, they're making a stupid face, and it has nothing to do with the video. It's all because somebody at one point said, hey, people are attracted to the psychology of people making stupid expressions or something like that. And so they do that, and then they just keep telling other people to do that. And it doesn't work because, it might have worked the first year they did it. But now that they've been doing it for years, most people see those, they immediately tune them out. They're looking for actual information or content on a thumbnail that will attract them. They don't care about stupid faces anymore. So that's kind of my own little soapbox there, because I actually hate those. Every time I see one that shows up my homepage, I immediately don't recommend this page to me ever again. I don't want to see this person.
So you do actually use the do not recommend this.
Oh yes, because YouTube gets to a point where they have a hard time feeding me stuff because they try all kinds of things because my interests are very narrow on YouTube itself. I do a lot of movie things, so those get recommended, but I don't see a lot of other things, like trending videos. They don't even show them to me because most of those things are, ridiculous. I don't even bother to watch them. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yep. So
sorry about that. I have a ton of meta friends, and I don't want to go through unfriend most of them. Plus, those are people I found from Yeeps. That the one that joined recently, I actually am friends with. Yeah. What is a suggestion you think should be added to Yeeps, if not already added?
Oh Lord, honestly, this is from and I've done a lot of games on VR. From all the games I've done in VR, these guys are the most with it of everybody's copying them right now, as far as I can tell. You know,
Even Gorilla Tag.
even
Yeah.
Gorilla Tag, they just came out with pets, and I'm like, all right, you guys, come on. You know, they waited for years and years.
Yeah, the monkey blocks, they came out
But
with
yeah,
monkey
so
blocks.
I think everybody is actually copying them. I've never seen a game that did so many updates, substantial updates in such a short time. It keeps it very interesting. It tends to keep it very fresh. So there's always something going on, and if somebody doesn't like one update, the next update, it's a whole new ball game. You know, pets, I'm very surprised. Pets are, you know, when they did cooking and pets at the same time, it kind of boggled my mind. I said they don't really go together, but they actually do, because you're feeding your pet and you're doing other stuff. So it just, you know, it's a great way. And I don't know what they're coming up with next, but it's very cool. Well, I do sort of know what they.
Yeah,
what they're coming
actually
up
you
with
do
next.
since you're a star creator. Yeah.
So, well, they don't tell you everything. They just say, here's some stuff we want to get out, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. But you know, the prop hunt, that's actually, you know, I don't know what game actually first came up with prop hunt. I'm familiar with it from Fortnite. Okay.
Yeah, same.
But I know other games have used it as well. And I said, prop hunt in Yeeps, I said, that seems like a natural fit, you know, because if you can stop and turn into a block all of a sudden, then, you know, playing hide and seek just got a whole lot more interesting. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited for it. I could suggest they're already on it, I think. You know, I have nothing else that I really want to see. I'm just excited for the next thing they come out with.
Yeah, since we're kind of on the topic of prop hunt, what do you think your prop will be? Because I personally think it should be like a rainbow with different paints. I've seen that suggested.
There's right now, from the things I put out, we're up over 500 suggestions so far. That's on the Google form. All right. So I am, we'll see what it is. I'm going to go down through that list and try and find something that kind of fits with me, but also would be nice to have in game, because I don't want it to be just, you know, I want something that's going to be used on a regular basis. So we'll see what they come up with. But right now, I'm kind of tending toward a potted plant of some sort. You know, either like with different color leaves on it or something like that, you know, on a flower or something like that. I mean,
yeah, like a flower.
That's something where you could, you know, change the color of the pot or something like that for a different map, but it's still, you know, it's useful for decoration or it's useful for other things. So it might be cool.
Yeah, and the flower points to you because it could be rainbow flower. Yeah. No idea if you've answered this, but what is like the inspiration behind most of your videos?
Honestly, I don't have any inspiration per se. It's just, you know, I'm always looking for new information or something fun that, you know, I want to tell people about. Okay, so like I said, most of my videos are informational by some sort. You know, I don't do a lot of like, I do almost no. When I started off, I did a lot of gameplay, but now I don't really do just gameplay. It's usually there's got to be some information behind it. And I'm always, one of the reasons I'm always recording, even now in this interview, I'm recording because you never know when something's going to happen. And if you don't catch it there, I learned that the hard way, you know, a few times. I wasn't recording, something happened. I said, this would have been perfect, you know, to throw out there. So
yeah,
I'm always looking for something that I find interesting, because I think if I find it interesting, hopefully other people will find it interesting as well.
Yeah.
So I've told this folks a lot, but anyway, this has been my gamer tag since the 90s. All right. And I picked it up for a very specific reason, and it's very adult in its origins. It was sort of a middle finger to a lot of people at the time. It's come to evolve into other things, but you know, I can't really tell the story unless I know everybody listening is over 18, because it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's one of those things that I, you know,
can't
Uh,
explain, especially seeing how we're
that's
also
right.
recording this
You
and
got a young
posting it.
audience,
Yeah,
and the language I would use would be very salty just to get
yeah,
through this because it was. Anyway, so it's come to me at least, it's come to be, mean diversity, inclusion, and letting people be who they are, over
yeah.
time. And
Pride.
so, yep, absolutely.
So let's just. I, what is your favorite update,
Oh Lord,
if you have one at least?
I would have to say the beach update, the bikini bottom update is still my favorite if I look back at them all, because one of the things I loved about that was it was very bright, and they started using very bright colors for a lot of the outfits at that time. Okay, which I really loved, because before, if you look at even the suburbs, it's a little bit dark. Okay, in videos. All right.
Yeah, I think most of my
So,
outfits
here.
mostly from the suburb. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so the suburbs are dark. The fantasy update is dark. They're all a little bit dark, but the beach is great, which is why most of my environments, or when I do videos, are all filmed there, because it works much better for my eyes since I'm so darn old. But I think it's easier to see things in that because it's all lit up as well.
Mm. Yeah, whenever I got banned, it was like, not May, but like a little bit around May, I took a break from Yeeps because like I just didn't really feel like playing it as much. But yeah, it was around the time when Beach came out, and whenever I got back, I was so surprised on like what they added.
So
Yeah.
I'm constantly surprised by what's coming up, which is one of the things I love. They are not waiting on anybody else, and they just jump right ahead. So it's great.
What do you think about the food update? Because like personally, from my opinion, I've realized that some of the ingredients, like them being mixed together, don't really make too much sense, but at the same time, kinda sense.
So I think over time, this is something I think you're going to see more recipes. You might even see more ingredients. I think there's only a limited amount of, I mean, you don't want to actually, if you actually took all the ingredients that went in some of these kind of foods, we'd be here all day. Okay. And I think most of them, at least they kind of looked at that and said, okay, if I took a salad and mixed it with a quesadillo, I got a taco, and throw some meat in there, I got a taco. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. All those ingredients are probably there, that type of thing. So I think with that, they did a good job. I think some of the foods they've got are like, wait a minute, why did they? I'm not sure why they, like chicken parmesan. Everybody still trying to figure out that one when they see it. They're like, what is that thing right there? And then,
Yeah.
the breaded, why is the breaded chicken and the chicken parmesan not made the same? And I'm like, wait a minute, they should be, right? Because that's what chicken parmesan starts off as, is breaded chicken with some, stuff thrown on it. So, but in general, I think they did a pretty good job with it. I mean, it's logical once you start figuring out. A lot of it's very logical, and you can say, okay, if I have these ingredients, I can put them together and make stuff. So I'm looking to see what else they do in the future, which I think they will at some point. They'll add more ingredients and come up with more recipes. So
Makes sense. Yeah. I believe that's all with the questions.
okie
Me
doke.